Have you ever opened your closet and felt like it's telling someone else's story? For too long, the world has had its own rules for beauty, especially for Black women. We were told our curves were too much, that we should blend in. But what if those rules were meant to be broken? What if your curves are your power? Today, we're not just looking at beautiful dresses. We're celebrating the stunning women who wear them, in every shape, size, and glorious shade. This isn't just about fashion, it's about confidence. Let's begin. If you remember just one thing from our time together, let it be this. Your body has never betrayed you. It's simply been keeping the beautiful, honest record of your journey. Isn't it strange how we learn to say sorry for simply growing, for living? I like to think of our bodies as a living diary. I used to hide my softer waistline under baggy clothes. Now I realize that very softness is what makes me feel more approachable, more womanly than ever. Funny how time changes not just our bodies, but the way we see them. And this isn't just a feeling. A study from the Journal of Gerontology found that women over 60 who hold a positive body image report up to 25% higher life satisfaction. And listen to this. According to AARP, over 70% of women our age feel most confident when their clothes reflect who they truly are, not when they're trying to look younger. Let me tell you a little story. For years, I had this oversized grey cardigan I called my invisibility cloak. Whenever I felt insecure, I'd put it on. Then one day, my 7-year-old granddaughter hugged me and asked, "Grandma, why don't you wear that pretty blue dress you love? This sweater looks so sad." Her words stopped me cold. It was as if she held up a mirror. Not to my clothes, but to how I'd been seeing myself. That's when it clicked for me. Style isn't about perfection, it's about permission. Permission to show up as who you are. Because when you dress to hide, you disappear. When you dress to celebrate, you become present. So, I'd like to invite you to try something. Sometime this week, find a quiet moment and think back. Have you ever had an item of clothing that made you feel like you were hiding instead of shining? Please share your story in the comments below. Don't underestimate your story. You never know who might read your comment and feel a little less alone today. And if, in that moment, you still struggle to find something to love, start by loving the gaze in your own eyes. Because those eyes have seen so much. When you truly see yourself, the rest of the world starts to see you differently too. And that's where real style begins. When love becomes the lens. So, once we're ready to let that inner light shine, what do we actually put in our style toolkit? Style isn't about reclaiming your youth. It's about celebrating the confidence you've spent a lifetime building. Because when we dress with intention, every outfit becomes a quiet act of self-love. Let's talk about 3 timeless friends that have never let me down. First up, the classic wrap dress. If you've ever owned one, you know that moment when the fabric hugs your waist just right. It feels like the world is quietly cheering you on. A 2022 Harper's Bazaar survey found that over 60% of women over 55 felt most confident in dresses with a defined waistline. It's about presence, not perfection. The wrap dress teaches us that softness isn't weakness. It's the most elegant kind of strength a woman can have. Next, the A-line skirt or dress. The A-line doesn't shout for attention. It moves with you, like a gentle rhythm that says, "I'm right where I need to be." I have this one cream-colored A-line dress I've owned for 15 years. Whenever I put it on, I just feel centered. Do you have a piece like that? Something that makes you breathe a little easier the moment you put it on? And sometimes, confidence doesn't come from something flowy or feminine. It comes from structure, from the way fabric supports you as you move. I still remember buying my first pair of perfectly tailored trousers at 58. I didn't feel younger. I felt capable. They allow you to walk with a quiet confidence that isn't loud, just deeply felt. Now, let's talk about color. Who says women over 60 have to wrap themselves in a sea of beige? Color isn't just on the fabric. It's a reflection of your mood. According to a psychology of fashion study, warm colors like ruby and amber can boost feelings of optimism by up to 30%. And please prioritize fabric, the feeling of silk or cashmere against your skin. It's a little reminder to be gentle with yourself. Because at this age, comfort isn't a luxury, it's an essential part of style. We've earned the right to dress in fabrics that love us back. To see how powerful a single choice can be, let me tell you about my friend Margaret. At 64, she had spent a decade wearing almost nothing but grey. Then one day, she saw a ruby red maxi dress in a shop window. When she wore that dress, people didn't just notice the colour. They noticed the brilliant smile on her face. She started dressing not to look smaller, but to feel bigger, bigger in her joy, her energy, and her own spirit. Maybe you've had a ruby dress moment too. Something small that reminded you you're still vibrant, still beautifully alive. So, what's the special story in your closet? What's the one piece that makes you smile every time you see it? Share it below. You never know whose heart your story might touch. Take a breath. Look at yourself and remember, style begins the moment you choose kindness over criticism. In the end, it isn't about what you put on. It's about that feeling of peace when you look in the mirror and smile at the woman looking back. So, in the end, style at this age isn't about trying to turn back the clock. It's about gracefully dancing with the present, moving forward with the confidence and wisdom that you've earned. And your closet? It's no longer a place to hide. Think of it as the place where your day begins, where every single piece is a chance to write a new page in your story. If this video brought a little smile to your face, letting us know with a like is such a warm way to show it. It lets me know we're on the same page. And if you believe, like I do, that true style is timeless, and that beauty shines at every size, I would be so honored if you would subscribe and join this wonderful community we're building together. And finally, I want you to remember this. Dress like you are writing the most beautiful chapter of your life. Because you are, and always have been, beautiful.